Welcome in to the July 25th Fun Astrology podcast. I had a whole different episode for today, and when the news of Hulk Hogan came up, I decided to come in here last night, Thursday evening, and just record on this because, wow, a Leo, born August 11th, 1953, he had an 18-degree Leo sun, a 22-degree Pluto in Leo, and an 11-degree Virgo moon. He was born just after a new moon, and he passed on a new moon. Transiting Pluto in the sky, of course, part of the Great Pyramid, is at 2 degrees Aquarius now, so that is directly opposite, in a line, from his natal Mercury at 0 Leo, and then also the sun and the moon, which were forming for yesterday's new moon. I had read that he had a Christian experience just a year ago, and he was 70 and he was baptized. And I find it interesting that transiting Venus was sitting right on top of his natal Jupiter in Gemini. I think this was a peaceful and wonderful transition for him, being on the new moon, 2 benefics aligned, Pluto on the other side of the chart almost saying, "Come home, come home." I didn't use the published birth time because it's a rod and C, and I just didn't want to go with that. So I did the typical put the sun on the ascendant, and it all happens here in the 12th house. The 12th, in a situation like this, has me think of that Traveling Wilburys song, End of the Line. You know, I guess we could say when it's our time to go, it would be wonderful to go quickly, like he did. Apparently from a heart attack, Leo. And that Pluto is the aspect du jour today. It's already happened. It happened early this morning, 2-ish Eastern time. The Sun and Pluto were exactly opposite each other. So that certainly would have had an impact in this as well. So I'd like to get back on track with what I had recorded, so I'm going to drop it in here at the end of this. But I thought that maybe the best approach, and this was before I had heard the news of Hulk Hogan's passing, was for all of us here to be reflective on what's going on in our own lives and our own charts, as the sky is so very loud right now. And I thought this was the best way to contemplate this weekend, because the only other thing is the moon moves from Leo to Virgo. That's at 5 till 5 on Saturday Eastern time, so you can back that up. Saturday afternoon for most of us. I'm going to chop this down a little bit, but this was basically where I was going. Some reflective contemplation this weekend on what's going on in your own life and in your own chart. And remember, Leo is not about everybody grabbing a megaphone and heading to a street corner. There are a lot of Leos that don't want the spotlight. Maybe that's how you've been feeling. I would say I probably have, but that might be more of where I was. The space that I've been in. I didn't reach for a camera this week. It was downtime for Thomas. And that was also specifically related to kind of where I was, and you have to look at where you are. And that's the point of all of this. Where are you? The sun now opposing Pluto. And remember, all the Leo planets, which we have the sun, Mercury, and for today and most of tomorrow, the moon. 3 planets in Leo fire in a beautiful trine to Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Well, when you bring that opposition to Pluto into that, and remembering that Pluto is connected to Aries by a positive sextile, you'd have to think, how is this opposition going to show up? So be thinking about how you've been feeling related to transformation, transformational work, or take the air conditioner. The new technologies, the revolutionary new stuff that is coming up so fast now. The AI is just completely taking over. It's dominating the markets. It's dominating conversation. It's everything. In fact, I have not picked a date for this yet, but my next webinar, and I'm going to do this one solo so that we can do a lot of questions and a lot of interaction, is going to be how to incorporate AI into your astrology practice. It can be an excellent ally, as I am going to show, or it can totally steer you down the wrong country road. So we'll be talking about both of those. This is going to be a paid webinar. I don't have that one on the books yet, but Kristin and I do. We have an eclipse webinar coming up, and that one is going to be on August 31st. So we'll give you more information on that as it gets closer as well. But see, here we are again, the sun relating to Pluto. So there could be some challenges around this, obviously, some pulls, opposites, when you've been in an opposite relationship with somebody. Hey, let's go for Chinese food tonight. No, I would rather have Mexican. I mean, you just cannot agree on anything. But then opposites can also attract in some kind of way that those differences merge together and complement each other. So all of that or both of those could be happening in your life right now with Pluto, which is a lot of power. It's a lot of transformation. You may also be receiving more intuitive messages right now. I know I have, and I'm going to tell a story about that on the next Subconscious Mind Mastery podcast. But have your antenna up, have your ears open. I missed 2 this week. That's what got me. I was like, oh, Thomas, you're better than that. But no, I was checked out. I was in a campground. I was off duty, if you will. Well, I missed some intuition. So these are all the points of observation. And that's the thing I think we should be doing here more than anything, is observing. How are we feeling under this energy? How is the Great Pyramid affecting you from your chart's perspective? What is it aspecting? How is it affecting Saturn and Pluto and Uranus and your sun and your moon in your own chart? Positively, negatively? We also have Mars about 2 weeks away from being in opposition to Saturn and Neptune. That's going to be interesting when Mars enters Libra. So as you make your list of what you're going to touch base with and get in tune with yourself, one thing I'm realizing with the Great Pyramid is that we have 2 radical transformation energies at work. We have Pluto in Aquarius, which is transformation in a radical sign. That's how we get the 2 revolutions that we had 250 years ago. And Aquarius ruled by Uranus. So there's double amplification of everything Aquarius in this. And don't forget the ancient Chaldean ruler of Aquarius was Saturn, which is also involved in the pyramid. So there's no doubt that this whole thing is about radical transformation. So game up, game on. For the next 7 years of this pyramid, we can be using this transformational energy to go in and remember, raising the consciousness. Well, that begins with each of us. So I hope that gives you some things to reflect on this weekend. And I will see you back tomorrow for Merriman. Might be a little abbreviated, but we'll do some fun stuff from the forecast book. And then I'll see you back again next week. Have a great rest of the weekend. Thank you so much for your time today. Sending you lots of love.